Hello and welcome to Knowledge Quest STEM's virtual summer experience. I'm Rocket Science Real, and today we'll be talking about shapes. So I'm sure we've all heard of shapes and know a little bit about them, but today we're going to dig a little bit deeper. So shapes are what we call geometric figures. We usually base those off of how many sides it has or how many angles it has. Alright, everybody name their favorite shape. What shape do you guys know? So to start, let's just go over a few basic shapes. So, let's call out a few. You have a triangle, a square, a circle, and even some more unique shapes like hexagons. Shapes are used for all kinds of things, including our buildings. Pay attention to your own home. What shapes do you see? What shape is the door? What shapes are your windows? Take some time to look around and see what you see. What shapes did you see? There are professionals that make buildings like these every day. And they have specific names. One being an architect, and that's a person who draws the layout or the design or plan for a building. And there are engineers, and those are people who are in charge of the building and make sure everything's stable and making sure the building will stand. And they use a lot of engineers, and they both have a lot of techniques and tools they like to use. We'll call JB up and he'll explain a little bit more.
Thank you, Rocket Science Real, for that great intro on shapes. So, like he said, architects and engineers plan out the project. They use blueprints or plans to make the overall view of the project. A plan is basically blueprints or plans also outline the outside of the structure so you are able to see doors, windows, and rooms inside of a building. So today's first activity talks about the blueprints or those plans that you will be making as an engineer. So first, today's activity will require you to have a blue sheet of paper or any type of blank sheet of paper that you have at home, and a pencil, or if you're writing on blue paper, try a white pencil. And create one of your favorite structures. Create whatever you want to. And with that, you will be trying to make it. So take a few minutes right now. Go draw your house. Go draw your school. Go draw your favorite place to eat. So with your paper and your pen, take a few minutes. Draw out your favorite building. We'll be back. Now let's look at those blueprints. What shapes do you see on my blueprint? You see some rectangles, some squares, even a circular clock. So I decided to make my school. What did you guys decide to make? Oh, that's great, that's great, that's great. Well, with your creations you just created on your blueprint, take some blocks. Any blocks that you have around the house. And make your building. Pay attention to the shapes you use. Pay attention to what you use to make your building stronger. And show us those creations right in the comments. We'll be back with ours. Please put your creations in the comment section below. Hopefully you learned something new building these buildings. Back to you, Terrell.
Alright, that was a great building, Jeremy. You too, you kids at home. All right, so now we're gonna call Miss Bolden up. She's gonna help us take being an engineer and an architect to a new level.
Thanks for the introduction, Terrell. So today we'll be doing the story of the Three Little Pigs, and we'll be working on our own house. The material we'll be using are straws, popsicle sticks, and construction paper. So with our first house, we'll be using construction paper. So all you need is just like 3 sheets, and with the first 2 sheets, you will fold them up in half and just make the walls. And then you use a glue stick. With the first piece of paper that you put in half, just put the glue on top, on both sides. And then you just add the roof. Can you hold it? Try to stick it up on there. And there you go, you have your house. So as you guys are at home making this model, I will bring up the model that I made, and this is how it turned out. Thank you, Mr. Terrell. So this is our model. As you see, we have a rectangle as our door. We have 2 circles as our window. And on the side, we also have square windows. So with our next house, Mr. Terrell will make a house out of straws.
All right, for your straw house, you won't need much. You only need a few straws and some tape.
So with our third and final house, we'll be building a house out of popsicle sticks. So as you can see, I made the house, I made the walls, the base, and the top. And I added the 2 at the top to make the roof. This is an easy activity you can do with your friends or family members. So out of all three of the houses that we built, which one do you think is the sturdiest? And which one do you think is the weakest? Do a demonstration at home using straws, popsicle sticks, and paper. And tell me your results in the comment section below.
So if you don't have any of these, all right, so pause your video, take your time to go get some of these. And if you don't have them, don't worry. Go get them when you can. Come right back to this video and we'll do it then. All right, so we're gonna call Mr. Jeremy up and we're gonna let him test these houses.
All right, for this activity, we're testing these houses out. Like the story of the 3 Little Pigs, there was a big bad wolf that came and blew the houses down. What is our version of a big bad wolf? A fan. So we're gonna test the fan on all 3 houses to see if they blow down. First, we'll try the straw house. Wow. Seems like the straw house wasn't strong enough to hold the wind. Let's try the paper house. Seemed like the paper house wasn't strong enough either. Let's try about this wood. How about that wood house? I guess it won't move. Engineers and architects use different materials when making houses also. That's what makes buildings stand so long. That's what makes buildings stand so long now. They also use different shapes to check out the sturdiness of the houses as well. The sturdiness of the house means how strong the house is and how much wind or weight it can withstand. So as we saw today, straws and paper aren't as strong as wood. Let's also look at the shapes we talked about today. We had a hexagon, a circle, a square, and a triangle. Out of all of these shapes, what do you think is the strongest? So it is scientifically proven that a triangle is the strongest shape that a man knows about. The triangle is the strongest because it can withstand the most weight out of all of the shapes. Why? They have fixed angles, and whenever pressure or weight is applied to one of its sides, it is evenly distributed, which means it is equally spaced out. Thank you again for coming and watching week 2 Knowledge Quest Summer Camp Experience. What did we learn today? About blueprints and building. Hopefully we'll see some of our next engineers out there.